city to have a really nice celebration marking
D-Day.
75 years since
Yes,
D-Day.
but 75 years of keeping a paedophile and out there, Monty was a paedophile, there is a documentary that it means he's a paedophile. Those soldiers did not go to war for you guys to be kidnapping our kids and gagging us and getting away with it. For how long have these guys been getting away with it, guys?
That's not us personally, is it?
Okay.
Have you ever...
Stick to what we're here for. Okay?
Right, it's going to be friendly.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know I'm with XR. The stickers come off.
XR, sorry, what's that?
What does that
XR.
stand for?
XR is Extreme Rebellion.
Okay.
Tell
Yeah.
me a little bit about that. What does
It's
that
basically a lawful rebellion that says that what you're doing is illegal and we as the people have a right to rebel against it. What you're doing is illegal.
What police is illegal?
What all of you are doing is illegal. What government is doing is illegal. What
In relation to
housing is doing is
In relation
illegal.
to-
Everything. State kidnapping, trafficking our children off to paedophilia circles. It's illegal. And we are going to do something about
There
it.
are certain...
None of your police wanted to do anything about it. Yeah, I have travelled around the entire country to get a police officer to listen to me. So I came to where I was born when I found out I was pregnant. And do you know how your police treated me? Pregnant and took my son off me.
Okay, what I can get from the gist of this conversation is any sort of prior involvement you've had with the police has perhaps not been how you would like it to have been. Myself and Dan, we can't change what's happened, and whatever happened previously is what's happened previously. What we're here today is to talk about what's going to be happening in just over a week.
Well, I reckon half of the battle that I'm going to get is most of the parents are depressed. You're not going to get many parents coming down for this. What you are going to get is a load of rebels, which I don't have anything to do with. All I want is 3 minutes with Donald Trump. I'm going to be writing to the papers to ask for those 3 minutes. I am going to be writing to everybody. And if it comes to it, my megaphone will be bigger than his. I've been down, I've laid the land, I've spoken to your security guys, I've spoken to the main security guys, I've spoken to your police. They know what I'm about. They know.
You plan to protest on that day, do you?
No, I'm not protesting. I'm going for a picnic and then I will be speaking louder than them and I will be going literally right up until he leaves to get 3 minutes with him. If he's willing to give me these 3 minutes, at the end of the day, I was at the National Achievers Congress in 2012 and 2 months later my children were kidnapped. I have my pass with Donald Trump in the house if you would like to see it. I am not grandeur. You've tried doing all of that before. The thing that the people are annoyed with is D-Day's been taken away from the people. My message to Donald Trump and to the so-called veterans is you won on the ground, so you stay on the ground.
Right.
And that's the way it is. This one's just got a raising fever, so hence why this...
What are looking to achieve?
Feeling. It's got raising temperature.
Oh.
And these two fight, by the way.
Are
They absolutely fight like mad. We're in a one-bedroom flat at the moment. We've had all you guys, done all your social stuff. I've had enough of it. The quicker I go back to work, the better.
I don't want to take up too much of your time, especially with your unwell little boy. But what, if you can, from our point of view,
Working with you guys the whole way on it. You have to.
what we don't want is this celebration to turn sour in any sort of sense. And what we're trying to minimise is any disruption to the events that are taking place.
Well, can you not give me 3 minutes officially then?
You know, I'm not going to have anything.
There's a lot of people that want 3 minutes.
Yes, but not a lot of people were crewing for Donald Trump in 2012 and had their kids taken.
No.
I've waited for this opportunity. Do you know what my message was? Do you know what Step Up Britain's message was? To put the great back in Britain. That's what I was all over the papers doing. To put the great back in Britain. And what did Donald Trump do? That he was meant to be mentoring who had a disability from the benefit system, and he took everything that she wrote and he ran with it, and 2 months later her kids get taken and she gets 10 draconian gagging orders put on her. Gag me.
Right, okay. I'll just get back to why we're here. We could talk about all sorts
Well,
of
I think the
things.
best... I think...
Can I just speak for a moment, if you don't mind? Everything that's gone in the past...
But you can take my statement.
Hang on. I cannot say to you today that you are going to have any time with Donald Trump when he's dead.
But you could tell me that you are willing to take a statement. The police here have already been through my paperwork from Flintshire and have already said my kids were kidnapped. But because it's not in this state, nobody wants to do anything.
Right, okay. I'm not taking any statement from you today. I'm coming round to say we would really appreciate it for the time being if these posts on Facebook could stop.
They're not going to stop. In fact, there's an event that's being put up. It's a picnic in the park, and people are going to be meeting for a nice little picnic in the park. We'll probably potentially have some banners with us, and we will be saying, this is not what the soldiers fought for. And we will be making it very clear. We have a legal right to do so. XR have a legal right to do so. I don't believe in protests. I believe in a very, very hard message. If it has to be directive, a directive action, then it will be directive action. There are no leaders. There are no leaders. They're more in London on this particular day. I know there's a lot going on in London. I won't be part of any of the anti-Trump because I'm not anti-Trump and I'm not for him. I just want him to be subpoenaed to court to give statement on why they got away with kidnapping my kids.
On the 5th of June, when he's here, what are you intending to do that day?
Make sure I can get my 3 minutes with Donald Trump.
So you'll be going down to the common.
Yep.
Have a picnic.
Picnic in the park.
With how many people are you talking about?
I don't know. I know that there is potentially going to be a walk from London coming in before the car. I know that.
Okay.
How many people have you been speaking to on these media sites that are sort of going to be
How many
joining
people
you?
are on live right now, guys? Are we worldwide?
No, but I mean that you feel we're going to join you on that day, who've said they're going to join
Guys,
you.
the police are asking me how many people do we reckon are going to be joining us on the day, on the 5th, for me to do my 3 minutes with Donald Trump. Likes, loves, hearts. Okay, so the police would like to know estimated number of how many parents are willing to come and show their present on how many children were kidnapped by the state.
You've had a lot of support, that's all.
I have worldwide support.
Can I just ask, where's this video being distributed to?
Worldwide.
Right now.
Right now. Forced adoption exposed is crossing all borders. I got the most beautiful message from Africa the other day that I am the iron-fisted lady who's taking forced adoption across all channels and all borders. We are exposing your adoption parties. We are exposing the traffic of children. We are, Elijah, can you put your trousers up, please? We are exposing the fact that mothers like me and many others come under Section 47 and have their children taken.
You're talking about an organisation as a whole.
I'm Step Up Britain. It's the whole of Great Britain.
Two individuals. We're not involved in any sort of
Look, I may be
cover up
living
or
in
anything
here.
like that. We're here to make sure you're okay and to make sure that there's not going to be any issues on that day for the people that actually want to watch the event. And that's our main concern, all right?
No, that's fine, and that's my main concern, which is why I went down and I spoke to the guys. You might as well watch me work. 32 confirmed. So that's just me just getting from different networks. Obviously, from Trinidad and Tobago, you're not coming, darling, but you're going to be on the internet.
Let's just focus on the day.
Can I just tell something? So how do you have access to my Facebook to see my posts?
I can't answer that.
So it is illegal, you know that, yeah? I've just had notification to stalk somebody on their Facebook is actually illegal. Can you just actually now prove, guys, that our Facebook is followed, it is monitored? I proved it to you now. Do you understand?
Right.
If we didn't monitor what was being, things might not be prevented. You know, such are the atrocities in this world.
I've seen some really, really shitty stuff, and in fact,
Okay.
actually, I send you guys, if any of the paedophile hunter stuff comes in local, I will send it to you guys. I believe in building bridges, but at the end of the day, when there are so many parents, so many families, and I get it, you've got some right abusers out there, I get it, I see both sides of the spectrum, but I represent the disabled families. I represent the parents that have had a little bit of transit. They didn't need their kids taken for forced adoption. I didn't need mine taken for forced adoption. Okay, I have a 23-year-old and 19-year-old, these two. Where's my 10 and 9-year-old? You guys, the housing, no, I am, because housing took my buggies off me the other day. Yeah, they use little pawns. I was arrested with David Cameron on his election night, yeah? Positions with a proper assembly, with a proper people. All I have is this.
Yeah, and that can be very powerful. So on the 5th of June, what we're trying to achieve is that the event runs smoothly and there's no major disruption.
Well, then would you be
to it.
able to help me get these 3 minutes? That's all I want.
I don't see that happening at all because there's going to be what's the word I'm looking for? They're going to have their time frames as to when
I know,
they're
I've got
arriving,
that.
where they're
Security
going,
have sent me
who's
that. In fact, the head of your guys sent me that. That's how corrupt you guys are. Your own police showed me where the perimeters are because they'd rather for me to do it safely. So your own
But that's
police
for your
and your
safety.
own... But it's good that they did. They told me about your kick panels. That's what I'm saying. Giving me information about kick panels, should you?
No, right.
Right.
The reason we're saying that, if you were to approach someone without it being sort of being instructed to, there's a lot of people around Portsmouth, highly trained police, and then you could be put in harm's way.
And that's what I've said. One thing, if you've noticed, I've actually been tagging you guys. Get your guns off our streets. Simple. Because do you know what you taught my son down at the front line when we saw all the gun people getting out? He now wants a gun. He's got out on the streets with their guns.
We don't carry guns.
No, but the guys down there
for
are.
an event like on the 5th of June, obviously you've got Her
Of course, but who are they
Majesty the
protecting?
Queen, Her Majesty the Queen.
Why?
Because she's the Queen.
Because she's a lovely, lovely person.
Yeah.
All people would
Any
want to do is
event
hold her
across
hands.
the UK of this sort of level, there is all, and I don't make the decisions as to what level of
I get that.
security a
But if
person
somebody
is
came in
afforded.
through your door, like you've just done now, and within 3 minutes took your children on false allegations, and it was a false allegation that they did it, and they trafficked your 2 children off to a paedophile circle, would you be standing there turning around saying it's okay?
Who's trafficked your children?
Flintshire County Council, District Judge Andrew Shaw, who was also the solicitor for Paul Burrows. I'm involved in something. In 2010, I was in the media. I was helping people from the benefit system go self-employed through Start-up Britain. That's all we were doing. And the next one had been abused in care system. The next one had had their children taken. So I started asking questions.
Right, what I'm going to do, there's clearly a bit of background to what
Oh, there's a
you're
book coming
doing,
out as well.
Why you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah, it
okay?
has to be done.
So, I'm just going to go straight to the point.
Hello.
I've obviously said why we're here. We really don't want those communications on Facebook. We don't want to create a stir going on. Sorry, a stir.
Oh no,
going
tell
on.
her this is for the 5th. She knows I'm going for the 5th. Everybody knows I'm going for Donald Trump on the 5th.
Everyone's entitled to freedom of opinion, freedom of speech.
Stay there, Dave.
even things like protesting. However, with an event of this size, with the security
Did you hear that,
that's
guys?
there-
With an event of this size, you're getting it from the...
That's not what I said. But we should be told.
So who would you like me to liaise with?
Hang on. But for this particular event, we would like it that there was no protests.
You'd like it that there was no residents as well.
What we're asking is that, okay, I'm not going to speculate, but potentially what could be put on could be an offence. And then on the day, if it's not executed correctly, you and your sort of associates that might be there could
Know this. Do you know how many you arrested of us in London? We had a lovely camping time in London.
right. And on the day, there are going to be lots of police officers.
There was 11,000. There was 1,100 arrests in time. Because what we stand for is worth more than your pay grade.
I've told you.
Now, if your pay grade was worth more than your pizza on a Saturday night, you would be taking them vests off and you would be joining us.
I've politely.
If you could put that in writing, that would be great. No, I would love it in writing.
Not having it in writing.
Well, then I would like it in writing with official... Sorry, can somebody just legally advise me? What do I need in writing when I am being told to stand down?
We're just advising you. We're not saying. It's advice.
Okay, I am being advised to stand down and I am refusing to do so until my children are returned.
If you choose to take that advice, then it's up to you.
And if my children are removed from me, I will be going public, won't we, guys?
So, Kelly, thank you for your time. We'll leave you to it.
I'm not stepping down. This is Step Up Britain.
Okay.
Does not step down.
Hope little one gets better soon.
Do you know what? I wish they would just stop fighting. Now, you can come in and help me with that.
Are they the same age or trying to be twins?
No, they're not. One is 1 and 1 is 2.
He's all right.
This
he feels all right, doesn't
This is, yeah, he's fine. He's feeling his back.
Sorry?
He's absolutely roasting. It's been like it since 5 o'clock this morning. So hence why they're both all stripped off and hence why the windows are open. And EDS family, I'm also autistic, so we don't. So,
What do you have planned for the rest of the day then? You just.
well, my focus really is on this one, and until this one is okay, I don't really have much focus.
No.
We've got to go and get some nappies.
Okay.
We're waiting for Liam to come back, aren't we? My son lives here as well.
Oh, his son lives here as well, does he?
Oh, big boy then.
All right.
Well, thanks
Yes.
for your time, Kelly. Take care.
They removed him from me as well. Got him back. The first baby I had, they terminated.
All
It's
right.
lovely being a foster care kid, how you guys treat us, isn't it?
Right, Kelly.
See you, Kelly.
Another time.
Brilliant. I shall see you guys on the 5th. So there you go, guys. I have to say, it does make me scared. Of course it does. You know, these people have bullied me. They've beaten me. They've assaulted me. They've detained me. Lovely people, just doing a job. Now, do you understand the effects of our social media, guys? Now, do you understand why I need you all here? Now, do you understand how much we are being surveyed and monitored on this? Now, do you understand the power of social media? Now, do you understand why I do the tags that I do? Now, do you understand the level of what this is about? I will not stand down. I will not be stepped down by the police. You just heard it at the door. The police have asked me to step down. Do you know what they have just done? I'm about to step up even more, and the event page is going on. I do ask, guys, I do ask that people are respectful, because at the end of the day, you know, we will never, ever know what these guys fought for. I know, darling. You know, what they went through. We also know that many of these soldiers were little boys that were used by the generals and commanding officers as sex toys. We know this. You saw me at the door with the police then. I have to say, guys, it did take me a while to open the door. And initially, when they first went to the door, I didn't answer the door. And then they banged. This is why, guys, I'm saying I need money. Because I've got a fake camera up there, but I need a real camera up there. I also need to be in a house that I have access to the back and the front door, and I have a car at all times. Now you might start be understanding the severity. What did you hear that police officer say to me? That if I do this, there is a chance of me getting shot. You even heard it from the police female officer, that because of the amount of security that are at this event, that if I choose to step forward with my 3 minutes, they will shoot. You just heard it at the door from her yourself. That might be on the first time I stepped, because the first recording came down. The second recording, obviously, I'm still going for now. So if you're just joining us live now, I have just literally had 2 police officers, well, 1 police officer and 1 special officer at the door, of which is the job that my sister does. My sister has joined the police. The other one has joined politics. So yes, I have basically been told that they monitor my Facebook, that they watch my Facebook. It's obviously the event themselves that they are monitoring. They would like us to work with them. I'm happy to work with them. I am happy to do this in a safe, evening, lovely way. But at the end of the day, as I keep telling you people, I am one person. And when I stand up at these meetings, at these places, and I say this is a mass problem, I need to be able to turn around and go, this is a mass problem. And people need to stand up with their faces of forced adoption and show that I am not grandeur and this is a mass problem. Okay, now I'm still shaky a little bit. I'm still a little bit nervous. When you have police telling you to do something, as you heard them say, it's an advisory. Yeah, and then they tried to do a bit of a threat then that said that if I brought a lot of people here, they're going to chance to be removed. And then, did you also hear them that they're asking us to stay in our doors? They don't even want the residents down there for the day. Oh, so XR's coming. Yellow jackets are coming. The question is, are you coming? it's going to cost you no more than maybe 20 quid on a coach to get here to Portsmouth. The coach depot brings you in. Chances are they don't want this, guys, and chances are they are going to stop all forms of coaches and transportation into Portsmouth. Hence why I said for you to walk for justice, to walk from London, to walk to Portsmouth. It will take you a day and 2 hours to do so. But it makes a very, 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 very big statement. So anyway, the reason that I've just come on live is the fact that the police asked if he could put the body camera on. I said he was fine to put the body camera on, but I'm going to put my camera on. He said that was fine. So, the police, this is the good thing, guys. The police have just had a meeting about us. So, that particular police officer has actually been brought in from another town because, as I've said, they don't have the police for what's going on, let alone everything else. And, you know, it's... That police officer has now got to go back to his office with that body camera and play that body camera to the rest of his staff. And like I said to that police officer at that door, that you are more than welcome right now to take my statement. She said we will not be taking statements. I said, would you like me to give you any more evidence of state kidnapping? Now, if these guys would take our statements and would prosecute social workers, because they should be, if a social worker provides false information or a police officer provides false information, they are just individuals of the system. They are just agents of the system. And therefore, if somebody does something wrong in that system, the system should be kicking them out. The system shouldn't want bad rubbish in its system. So at the end of the day, we can prove, this is why I keep telling all of you parents, go over to facesofforcedadoption.co.uk. Register all of your details on there. Let's get you all into a system. Let's get you all into a database. Let's get you all where we can get you all. Because if they want to shut my crackbook page down, they will. If they want to shut other stuff down, they can't. They can't shut my websites down without going to a court order. They can't shut David's websites down. They can't shut, you know, other people's websites down. But when it's Facebook, it's different. When it's Twitter, it's different because you can report posts. You can put people in 24-hour crackbook thing. So anyway, if you're just joining me live here, the reason that I came on live is because I had a knock on the door by 2 police officers. I was a little bit nervous about it. I had to get them to confirm they were not here on a matter to do with my children before I would even open the door to speak to them. Obviously, I'm still a little bit, don't have total certainty, which is why I ask all parents to please join the XR groups, learn the training. They are standing for the planet. They are taking things to the streets for the planet, but they are doing it under a lawful rebellion. They are doing it under the fact that, look, I'm said on a live not long ago, and obviously a couple of people have taken this live that I did and ran with it. I said, if you were sitting in a restaurant and you were enjoying your 5-course meal and it was absolutely beautiful and absolutely great, and all of a sudden someone comes running out the kitchen going fire, 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 and they are intruding on your beautiful meal, your time with your family, and you're thinking this crazy fucking nutter going through the kitchen shouting fire, 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 get that person out from ruining my nice day. But that person coming through the kitchen shouting fire, fire, fire has just fucking saved your life because there's a raging fucking fire going on in the kitchen and you and your family ain't going to be sitting there nice and cosy for much longer. And if that person coming out shouting fire, fire, fire didn't do it, you're going to get burnt to smithereens. Well, right now, here in the UK, it is fire, 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 because right now another child is going to be taken. Tomorrow, a child is going to be taken. Tomorrow, a baby is going to be taken off the breast. As well as the fact that the child is going to be raped and abused. As well as the fact that another child is going to be trafficked off to somewhere. Another parent alienated. More families broken. Tomorrow, the day after, the day after, the day after, the day after. But we have a chance to bring this all to a halt. On D-Day, literally to a halt, that we the people can stand on the same grass, the same field, standing on South Sea Common as the common people on a common field. My feet are on the grass, your feet are on the grass, the Queen's feet are on the grass, the MP's feet is on the grass, Donald Trump's feet is on the grass, and we will all stand on one common together and bring all of this to a halt. And the thing is, we can do it. I have just proved to you the way that my crack book is watched. I have just proved to you that the police have come to my door based on my social media. That is how much they are watching this event. And isn't it funny? Because guess who lives here in Portsmouth? Yes? One road coming in to here. Now, to the little police that are watching, and I know you're watching, if we really wanted to, if I wanted to get on a train right now and I wanted to go and meet with parents and drag their asses down here, and not just the parents, because I'm supported by the paedophile hunters, I'm supported by XR, I'm supported by Yellow Jackets, I'm supported by all of these different things. Not one person disagrees with anything that I have to say. My message is very simple. If a parent has caused significant harm to a child, you take them to the criminal courts and you prosecute them. And then that child is kept within, Amber's trying to get some money to me today. I'm broke, absolutely broke. So Amber needs to get down to the shop, but she's obviously held off because the police are at the door. But my message is very simple. If a parent has caused significant harm, you take them to the criminal courts, you prosecute them, you trust your justice system. If a parent has not caused significant harm to a child, and you feel that there is any form of risk, there are places here in the UK that already exist. Places like Save the Family, places like family home shelters, where families can be moved into and actually helped. And when I say helped, I mean coming from a place of understanding. That police at the door had to remind me that they're not the police officers who have done what they've done to me. They are different people. That is a different woman and that is a different man. And next police at my door will be a different man and a different woman. But they all work for the same system. And it's a system that every single one of us is controlled and dictated by. Yes, it is here to protect. But like I just said on that video, yeah, that police officer just said that there is going to be all the police and all of the guards. I just turned around to him and said, do you know what you taught my son when he walked past seeing your guns? You taught my son to want to pick up a gun. Yes? So when they stand with guns, they wonder why, hang on, but the people aren't allowed them. But in America, they are. So in America, it's united, hence why things go off a bit crazy. Here in the UK, we're not. I'm not a vigilante. I'm not a soldier. I'm not even a warrior. I'm a mother. I just happen to not be very good at picking the right responsible men. Yes. Good dads, hats off. They've given me amazing, beautiful children. I'm never, ever, ever here to slag off any of my children's father. Even the one who's posting all over Twitter that I'm a fucking paedophile right now. But we're not going to respond to this, are we? No, he's hurting. It's fine. I get it. But this is how trauma starts between couples that are separating. They start hurting each other, and then all of a sudden the children get pulled into it. And then people get pulled into the family courts. And all of a sudden, you know, but at the end of the day, guys, parents with physical conditions, single mothers, parents with physical conditions, learning difficulties, mental health issues, people who might need to go to the education system and have some form of reasonable adjustment that are meant to come under a family service. So that would be like saying to a child who has dyslexia, sorry, you have dyslexia. We are not going to put the support systems in you and help you educate. We're going to remove you from education. Now, that's what they did in a long time ago. Like me there. Do you know how scared I was, guys, to actually stand there knowing that my son's on one side and I've here? I live every day in fear of doing something wrong. Like, even then, I could see the police officer is looking at the fact that Elijah and Shiloh are fighting. Hence why I have posted up the pictures of Elijah and Shiloh fighting, yeah? Because if somebody then comes to me and says, what's all these marks on your son? I have to prove where every fucking scratch, mark, bloody anything comes from. And children bruise, children scratch. A real happy child is a child covered in bruises and scratches and stuff because they're playing out there and, you know, they're climbing trees and they're getting scraped up. We now have to live in a day where we live in fear. But anyway, back to the police being at the door. You should have seen their faces because they've asked me to step down. Which says to me that if I'm not going to step down, that, what was that? Friggin'. Kelly, put my fucking number on the fridge. No one touches you without coming through me first. Bless Amber, last time they detained me, that girl was hunting for me for 26 hours. I just literally said I'm off to the shop and obviously I disappeared. 5 days of hell started. And let's just say, guys, look, 5 days. 5 days they had Elijah for. I got him back in 5 days. Most of you are agreeing to 26-week court processes. I not agree to no 26-week court process. Yeah? I didn't agree to a 26-week court process. I told them, you bring my son back now. And this is why. And I was hard. That mother that they've just met at the door there, yeah, the mother who goes, no, I'm not stepping down, I will step up, yeah, is at the end of the day, these people don't control you, yeah. I just asked for her to have it in writing. They can't submit it to me in writing. Why can they not submit it to me in writing? The reason that they can't submit it to me in writing is because I'm not fucking doing anything wrong. This man, in fact, while you guys are there, let's see if I can actually pull this out. Because I'm going to have to get it out at some point because people just don't believe me. And they just think, look, welcome to my paperwork. It's so fucking unorganised right now. Hey, look, I've got a 14th century Holy Bible up there, though. Because I cut and pasted some stuff to realise that they're lying wankers. But anyway, let me just see if I can find something right now. I might have to have a look at it. What I wanted to have a look at is this a statement that the social worker made, right? The social worker said to me, this is from Aaron and Faith. The social worker was trying to invade on all of these things that I needed help with. And I said, look, the only thing that I need help with is my money mindset. Because obviously I'm, at the time, in the benefit system and I'm wanting to be self-employed and in business. And I said to her, I said, what can a 30, 40 grand a year social worker teach me about entrepreneurial shit when I'm learning from Richard Branson, Alan Sugar, Tony Robbins? Whatever you agree to these people, they were entrepreneurs, they were business people. I needed to know how to work over 60,000 a year. I wanted to know what they did differently that I wasn't doing. And I learnt that stuff, yeah? So, went out in the media in 2010. So, all just to give you an idea of what it is that I do, right? So, pretty much the similar. So, fear into power. That is pretty much what I'm about, right? I'm about fear into power. False evidence appears real, yeah? You are a finite being. Right now, I'm a little bit of a scared, fearful woman right now who's just had 2 police officers at the door who actually walked away very nicely, because what I don't like is 2 police officers then trying to come through my door, because then unfortunately I've got to turn into a wah, you know, and I've got to start kneeing people, headbutting people and kicking the shit out of people, and I really don't want to have to do that. But if you saw the post the other day, it's fucking brilliant. I shared it out last night. There was a police officer. This was in India. No, some other country. There was a police officer with a gun to this woman's son's head. Wow, the mother had a fucking shetty to the police officer's neck. Yeah? And it was, I will cut your head off before you shoot my son. Now, people don't want to talk about shooting, violence and war. XR is about a peaceful protest. But D-Day was about people who came over to our country and wanted to take away a value and belief.